Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new idea on how to add a pop-up color to memory keeping using the new Craft Your Life project kit, Tulips and Friends. Hi there and welcome to a new episode of Inspired by a Card with Natalie. Today we're going to use inspiration from Michelle Bernier from one of the latest blog hubs, and I love the fact that she used a partial stamping, partial coloring for her card. So I'm going to borrow some of her ideas to create my memory keeping layout. So I've already stamped two corners of my color cardstock using the Craft Your Life project kit, Tulips and Friends, and I'm going to repeat it on white cardstock, and you're gonna see that I had to play with my platforms until I got the right one, but I want to kind of frame my cardstock. So for that I am adding one of the images to the bottom right corner of my layout. I'm gonna take out my stamp, I'm gonna flip my paper 180, and then I'm gonna stamp it again so that I have an image on the top left corner and an image on the bottom right corner, and they're gonna be symmetrical or mirror images in this case. Once I have that, this match the ones that I already stamped on my I'm actually using mint cardstock for the background because that's kind of the color that Michelle used for her card. So once I have that ready, I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. I'm gonna trim around 1/2 inch from the right and the left edge of my paper, and around 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom. In Michelle's card, because that's her focal point, she's able to cut a little bit more, but because in my memory keeping layout, the image that I wanna bring the focus is on the picture, so I gotta trim a little bit less. So that, just keep that in mind. So like I said, it's inspiration, but I'm gonna switch a few things. Now, one of the things that Michelle added in her card is that wherever she colored the image, it was on the part that she also colored the background. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna color the image using the stencil that comes in the Craft Your Life project kit, Tulips and Friends, to actually color the image that goes in the white part of the layout in this case. And I'm following the steps that come in the pamphlet in the stamp set, and I'm using the stencil that matches this kit, and I'm gonna use shades of pink. I am starting with a little bit of pink diamond, and then I'm gonna go into pink alicious and some rubelite. I just want to add some definition to my layout, so I'm just gonna play with also the ink blending brush that comes in the set just to add the colors. I am using the tones from the Green Valley to add the green. I want that vivid green for my leaves, and I'm gonna bring a little bit of Sugarplums, those are the really soft purples, to add the filler flower. Now you're gonna see that I'm also gonna create an extra flower, like an extra design from the Craft Your Life project kit, Tulips and Friends, that's the opposite color. And so my tulips are gonna be in the shade of the Sugarplums, and the small filler flowers are gonna be in the shade of the pinks, and I want that because I want to play with the two colors on my layout. So you're gonna see that once I have that in place, I'm gonna go ahead and glue the white cardstock right onto the green, like that minty green that I already stamped, and it's super easy to just match the edges. It's just gonna match the image. Once I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and split my layout in half because I am using this base is gonna be for my family album, and that's a small album that is 10 inches wide by 8 1/4 height, but each page is 5 inches, so I gotta split it in half. Now what I'm using right now is the Craft Your Life project kit, Tulips and Friends add-on die. There's a die that you can actually purchase that will cut the image, and I'm gonna use it to cut the purple image that I created. What I want to do with that is on the bottom right corner of my layout, I want to have a little play on what Michelle created for her card. Instead of me having, like, a piece of the card showing just a piece color, I want to superimpose a color piece on top of the black and white image. So all I'm doing is using some ultra sticky double-sided adhesive from Altenew just to glue it in place, and I'm gonna cut the excess. That's just gonna give me that a play on what Michelle had created. So same thing, a partial color on the black and white on the side, and a partial color for the other image. So I'm just having a little play. One of the things that I like about Michelle's card too is that she used a sentiment strip to add the sentiment on her card. So I'm going to use that. I'm using the bold sentiment stamp set to create just a sentiment strip for my picture. Think of it of a subtitle for it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of foam adhesive. I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive, fussy cut it, and then attach it right below my picture. For my title, I am using a combination of the stamp set from the project, from the Crafty Life project kit, Tulips and Friends, as well as the chipboard alphas from the Enjoy the Ride scrapbooking collection. Once I have that, the last thing I'm going to add is a few sprinkles of jet black ink spray, because Michelle also added that on her card. And that's about it. Outside of the camera, I'm going to add my lines of journal using the Altenew fine liners right underneath the title. But I love how this turned out. Like I said, I was inspired by that partial color, that little pop of color on her card, the partial coloring, and I thought that I can have a play on that idea on my album, and I love how this turned out. As always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Remember, you can check more details of this on the blog, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's always amazing content being added. Take care.
Hello crafters, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching!